Today I want to share with you the dish that ignited my love for food and cooking. The dish that taught me how marrying a few simple flavours together can give you wonderful results. The dish that helped me build my cooking philosophy, and that is, all you need is a simple few ingredients, treat them with love, cook them well, and they'll give you a dish that you'll be absolutely proud of. And for pure nostalgia, this is the first dish I ever cooked for my wife. 8 years later we are still together, so I must have done something right, because she certainly didn't marry me for my brains. It's a dish that's really close to my heart. It's flambéed creamy chicken with tarragon. So what are we waiting for? Grab yourself a coffee, a beer or a wine, whatever. Sit back, relax, and I'm going to show you how to cook it.
The ingredients are 4 chicken breasts, 2 tablespoons of plain flour, 3 to 4 shallots, 4 tablespoons of brandy, this is optional, 300ml or 1 1/4 cups of chicken stock broth, 4 tablespoons of creme fraiche or heavy cream, 1 heaped teaspoon of freshly chopped tarragon or dried tarragon. Right, before we start cooking, let's get ourselves as best organised as we can, and starting by prepping these shallots. Top and tail the onion and peel. Slice lengthways and roughly dice. Remember, this isn't MasterChef, they don't have to be perfect. And repeat the same process with your remaining shallots. Now for the tarragon, and if your tarragon is woody, be sure to separate the leaves from the stalks. Gather in a ball in your hand and finely chop, being careful not to over chop and leaving all those gorgeous herby flavours on your chopping board. We want them in the sauce. Next, grab a generous pinch of salt and season your chicken breast liberally. And of course, you know me, let's add lots of lashings of nice ground black pepper. Now get stuck in there and give it all a good mix up. Now it's time to grab your flour and add 2 heaped tablespoons to your chicken. Now again, it's time to get stuck in and give everything a good old mix up. The reason for this flour is it will help thicken our sauce. Next, grab a medium to large skillet with a fitted lid and place on a medium to high heat. Now add a generous knob of salted butter and some olive oil. Leave this on a heat until beginning to foam. Next, add your chicken breasts to the pan. It's vitally important that our chicken breasts are out of the fridge at least half an hour before we want to add. And as you know, if you can't hear that pan sizzle, it's not warm enough. Increase the heat. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes on one side until beautifully golden. Then turn and cook for a further 2 to 3 minutes. And remember the golden rule, no colour, no flavour. Now it's time to add our shallots. Reduce the heat to medium and let them soften for about 2 minutes. Just being careful not to burn them, we just want a little bit of colour. Mix well. Now it's time to get a little bit chefy. If you have one, grab yourself a blowtorch. If not, feel free to use a match or a lighter. Or if you're not feeling adventurous, just don't add the brandy. Next, being important to check your fire insurance is valid and up to date, add the brandy. Now get your naked flame and light. This technique is called to flambe. The purpose is to burn the alcohol off so our sauce doesn't taste like a glass of brandy. Or if nothing else, it'll look like you know what you're doing and it'll impress your guests. Now add your chicken stock, which is 300ml or 1.25 cups, and bring your pan to a gentle simmer. Cover with a lid and simmer for 15 minutes. When the time is up, remove your chicken from the pan and place on a waiting plate. Now our gorgeous sauce needs a little work. We're going to bring it to the boil and reduce down in quantity by about a third. When your sauce reaches the consistency about what you see here, add your 4 tablespoons of creme fraiche. Mix well to combine. Now this creme fraiche will cool your sauce down a bit, so gently bring it back to a simmer. Simmer gently until the sauce is of the consistency of your liking. Now the smell is incredible. Now add your chicken, it's been waiting patiently, back to the sauce to heat through. And of course not forgetting to add those juices. Now this dish is really beginning to take shape. Add the chopped tarragon which we prepared earlier. Now it's really important that we don't add this tarragon too soon. Mix well and combine. And at the same time giving a little cheeky baste of that beautiful sauce onto those chicken breasts. Absolutely delicious. Now for the best part, and that's time to serve. Now I've sliced my chicken breasts in half, but you don't have to do that, it's entirely up to you. Now it's really important we don't overcomplicate this dish. After all, the chicken and the tarragon are the stars of the show. I'm simply serving mine with some roast potatoes and some grilled asparagus. And finishing off with that creamy tarragon pan sauce. Just look at that. And in my humble opinion, a dish worthy of gracing a decent restaurant table. And here we have it, flambe creamy chicken with tarragon. A dish that's close to my heart, and I really hope that you give this a go. If you do, let me know in a comment. I appreciate you stopping by, and if you haven't already, do consider clicking that subscribe button. But for now, take care and I'll see you next time.